between running Next Generation Learning, creating content, taking care of my dad, I don't have time to figure out my schedule every day.
And I already know if we don't have a plan, we're just looking at each other like what are we supposed to be doing right now? So.
And then that means we're going down a rabbit hole, going to get something to eat, doing laundry, things that are not moving Next Generation Learning forward. So instead of guessing, right, we let AI build the structure for us. So we're going to show you how to do it in 3 seconds. So let us show you the prompt that we use every single Sunday evening. I know, right? During football season, we're doing it on Sunday afternoon.
Messing with my football.
So I'm just going to paste in the prompts that I use. And whatever AI tool you're using, ChatGPT can actually help you create a prompt, or Google Gemini, or in Rob's case, Abacus AI. Mm-hmm. So it's very easy and simple. It says create a weekly schedule for me. I can say we run a business. This is saying that you're doing it for yourself, but when I do it for Rob and I say we, and it gives me a weekly schedule for myself and a weekly schedule for Rob. So I run a business, care for my father, need to batch content, cook meals, and rest, but I only work 4 hours per day, prioritize high impact tasks, and include buffer time. So we're going to run it and let you all see what it looks like. Now, I use ChatGPT on a regular. Like I said, Rob uses Abacus. And so because we've been using it a lot over time, it knows us. So if you're just getting started with using AI, make sure that you go into settings, seed it with what you do, what a typical day looks like, what your high priority goals are for the quarter or the month. So it gets to know you, your business, your professional and personal goals and tasks.
I mean, and for me, it already, it looks much, much better because, like I said, I know, this tool will be able to save us a lot of time. So this is great.
Right. So as you can see, it has 3 priorities: revenue and visibility. That's true. Caregiving. That's true. And sustainability. That's true. So we're going to look at weekly structure. It gives us a daily work window. I already said I'm doing 4 hours total, 2 hours deep work, 1 hour content visibility, and 1 hour admin buffer. And now here we go with the weekly schedule, right? Monday is telling me is a CEO revenue day where I'm doing sales proposals. Follow up and emails is the 3rd hour, and the buffer in case calls run long or I have to tend to daddy for some reason or take a phone call regarding him. But Rob looks like life, the light meal prep you're down with, right?
Yes, indeed. Sorry. And for us, I just think that we can't ignore this because yes, it may seem at the beginning that it's like another thing, but you only have to do this other thing one time, and you can just keep going back to the information and back to your meal prepping. So it's not that hard.
Rob loves the fact that with technology, he only has to run the play or run the setup one time. I don't mind doing it multiple times, but he wants to automate everything now that he's a fan of AI.
I'm a big fan, big fan.
He didn't used to be.
No, I did not.
So we're going to run through the rest of the week. Tuesday, you see it's content creation day. Again, the same 4 hours. Wednesday is caregiving and light work day. So it's prioritizing flexibility and presence, right? And then you see it's putting my dad in as a priority. And so I'm doing less work, but I'm really kind of showing up for him more through my work time. So it's a pressure release day. Thursday, again, content day. And then Friday is systems and CEO reset. So I like the fact that it does the whole 7 days. And if you want a game changer really quick, you can say, here are my goals, right? We are, for the month, working on the MBM lot, which Rob, do you want to tell everyone what MBM stands for? They haven't been paying attention to us on Facebook.
Yes, we have a new book coming out in the next few weeks. We have been tirelessly working on it, and it is called, as my wife said, the MBM. And what that is the mirror before microscopes. Just giving you a little simple answer. Kids have to be seen before they can see themselves in the careers, doing the workshops and things of that nature. So we are very, very excited for the launch of that. Stay tuned. It is going to be powerful.
I agree. And so now you see that I'm writing, right?
And also, let me add this: if your week is as busy as ours seem to be, this is for us, it's been a game changer to have kind of your days already planned out, and you don't have to sit there and waste a whole lot of time, because yes, you still have to do the things, but it's way easier than it used to be.
Agree. So now what you see is I added in the goals for the month, right? And it is putting in those three priorities that I typed in. Everything else is background noise for 3 weeks. And now it's breaking down how we assign getting those micro tasks for each goal done. And I love that idea because sometimes for me, now that I have so much going on. It's hard for me to assign different things to a time block. And so I let Charlie, as we call ChatGPT,
And I
do it
call
for me.
and I call Abacus Anthony. I got to get that in there because I think Anthony's better than Charlie.
And Anthony is better than Charlie. I'm just used to using Charlie. Me and Charlie are cool, so I'm not switching. But as you can see, it takes those micro tasks and breaks them up for me and thereby leveling up our schedule. So if I put Rob in the mix, it would actually assign tasks to him in our real schedule. It does that. That's how we are able to continue to build momentum with our business, working less time. It's all about the systems.
All right, and one more thing. We will not be re-recording this video. If you hear a little background noise, you can blame me, but yeah, we're not re-recording this.
My dad is watching the show Gifted in the living room, and we turn the volume up to make sure that he hears every word. So, the life of a caregiver CEO, right?
That's what we're talking about.
Thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day, no matter what day you're watching this on. And if you want to chat about other systems and automations that we are using in the comments, go ahead and ask us a question or share the results if you're trying this as well at home.
Have a great evening. It's beautiful here in Indianapolis.
Thank you.
Stop.